It is happening, folks. Today is the very first day that the Ferris wheel, Morey's Giant Wheel, will be removing one of the spokes, in which, within a week, that whole wheel is going to be gone. As a reminder, it's not going away fully. It's getting a massive refurbishment, something you have to do every few decades, and I'll explain more of that later on, but today is it. Crews came out early today. They're a little behind because of the weather and a few different things, but it's officially happening. And once the first one comes off, they can then spin it, remove every single one of them, take the hub out, and then you're not going to have anything up there until the springtime. But I'm going to break down the project, give you an update, tell you how they're going to be doing things, tell you about how they're actually refurbishing every piece of it. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Yes, I know that it's raining really hard right now, but today's the first day. We had to come down here and we had to film it for you. If you want to support this channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. Great news, we now have our new 2025 Christmas ornaments in stock. Here is a seagull driving the tram car, and yes, seagulls, they can drive. And our other one is Santa as a lifeguard. I love this one. Look at those shorts there with snowflakes. Which one do you guys like? I'll put the link down in the description of the video if you want to buy one of these today, or one of our other 5 Christmas ornaments themed to the Wildwoods. Hopefully we'll see you guys on the beach. Before we go down there, because I can still see them up there, it's still attached, let's go over this way to the front of the pier, where I'll tell you there really isn't much that has changed. And what I mean by that is it's like the usual Morey's Piers closing for the season. They remove the rides that need to be replaced. They shut things down. Anything that needs to come inside comes inside, trash cans, all you name it. Let me just kind of peer down for you down the pier, because it does look really weird without the Ferris wheel having the gondolas or the sun, which is that middle part. And so looking down the pier, yeah, no sun. Isn't that bizarre? No gondolas. And there's parts for things everywhere. So you can see the carousel being crated up. Down here, you've got, that looks like the kite flyer, and other parts. Usually we do a whole video about how Morey's Piers closes up every single year, but it's way more interesting to talk about the wheel, since the last time something like this has ever happened was back in 1999. You see, the whole thing about the wheel is this, just like a bike. In the middle, there's something that's called the hub. The hub attaches all the spokes. And from time to time, you have to remove the hub, then you have to repair or replace the bearings inside the hub, and then rebuild the entire wheel. And this was the year to do it. So Morey's Piers first removed the lights, then removed the gondolas, then took some pieces off, because there's a lot of different things. We're talking about the spokes, the things outside. There's a lot of different like crossbars and beams that have to be removed. And then now we get to today, in which crews brought out a crane. They start in the very middle. They attach the crane to the wheel. They hold it up. Then they get some blow torches onto the hub. They heat it up, expand it so they can release the piece, and then put it on a trailer, which is sitting right here. That brings us to what you're looking at right now. First, here's the crane in the back. It goes up and it attaches right here. You see the different cables? It's holding it up. And then at the same time, they detach. You can see these pieces here. This has been detached to the spoke next to it. So imagine right over here. Then as that's being held up, crews go up to the hub. This is where things are attached. They go in there, they heat it up. You can kind of see some of the equipment they're using. They heat it up, they bang it out a little bit, and then this crane will then slowly lift this piece down, in which they'll then lay it flat and put it on a trailer, like this one. The game plan with the spokes is they're going to remove them one at a time and drive them down the beach to another area, in which they're going to be sandblasted. After the sandblast, they'll then get a different coat so that they don't rust, and then multiple layers of paint. That will take I would say, mostly through the winter time. And as that's happening, the hub is going to South Philly. Just so that we're on the same page, the hub is that piece right here in the middle. There's not many companies in the world that actually fix said hub. And the closest one for us here is the Philadelphia Navy Yard. That's right. So they're going to remove that and send that to the Navy Yard. Once there, they're going to fully take that hub apart, replace, repair, grease up, then sandblast, then rebuild and paint, and then bring it back here, which then that will be lifted back in place. They'll then put the spokes back on, all the supports, then the lights, then the gondolas, and then the sun, which is that yellow piece, that will be rewired so that it will work for season 2026, which it seems like it's far away, but for a project this big, it's a lot to do in the off season. And it looks like at this very moment, that piece has been detached. Something that you can see on this angle here is you see how the wheel itself has that nice curve and that turn? They remove those bottom pieces down below. So when they start to remove spokes, they'll just keep rotating it until, well, there's nothing else on there. But right now, it looks like they may have just loosened up that one piece. It was just moving a second ago. See it moving right now? You can see what I'm talking about. But that's going to be the first one once it finally decides it wants to come down. I'm going to move to the back of the wheel to see what it looks like from that way. But the rain is really starting to come down really hard. I probably should have worn like a winter hat or gloves because, man, it is cold. It is cold. And I apologize if the audio is starting to go bad. Once this thing gets wet, it doesn't stop the wind. And between the wind, the rain, and the cold, it's not a good situation. But we're almost to the back. There are a few things to take note just right here. First, right down below, do you see what that is? That's right, that is part of the giant wheel they took down, but there's another part which is more important. This one right here, I don't know if you can zoom in on that. That is one of the curved parts of the giant wheel that they removed. We're gonna pan up a little bit. You can see Cruise, you can see one of the spokes kind of dangling a little bit. That's the one the crane is currently holding up. And you can see Cruise here, it's attached in a few different points. So you could see, I don't think people realize how much actually goes into keeping this wheel stable. But yeah, there's a lot in there. So it's definitely very hard to remove pieces. You see it's swinging a little bit from side to side. Looks like it's giving Cruise a little bit of a hard time to get out. So as they're figuring out how to remove that spoke, I figured let's walk over towards the Great White and Adventure Pier. It is over here once again where they're going to be refurbishing a lot of the pieces of the wheel, everything else that's not the main hub. Over here, they built like a makeshift kind of workshop where once again they're going to sandblast. We got plenty of sand right now, not that kind of sand. Where they're going to sandblast, they're going to prep it, prime it, and then paint it a few different times to make sure that it's good to go. Once again, that's going to take all winter. But the reason why I wanted to share this with you, because I know for a fact you guys are awesome. You'll come down here and be like, what is this? And then you could tell your friends, oh, Joey said it was X, Y, and Z. And they're going to go, Joey who? Oh, it was that guy who was freezing on the beach that one day. No. But yeah, that's what is being built right on the beach over here. This is that area, by the way. And they can do it right here instead of having to haul it all the way to the other side of the island to fix them. And Morey's has awesome crews. They'll be able to handle all of this in the off season. I just hope it's warm enough for them. But yeah, let's turn around and doesn't look like they got it removed just yet. Looks like they're lifting down the crane to get to a different spot. It looks like they're repositioning the crane so they can get it from a different angle, but it looks like it's pretty loose. The next step is just to get the crane in there, push it down a little bit, then lift it up and put it on that trailer right over there. So I left for a little bit because the rain was really coming down and wanted to come back just after or just before sunset. So we're walking back here to see if they got it off. Side note, look, the kite flyer, they folded it up. It's pretty cool to see, right? If you don't know, it's a flat ride on wheels, so you can actually fold it up and then like haul it off, like drive it off. Just attach it to a truck. All those rides are like that too. Even like Moby Dick, you can fold this up. This gets folded. Anyway, let's see if they got it all. From this angle, it does not look like it. But they're still working. You can hear a lot of banging. And of course, I came out here and the rain started coming down again. As you can see, it is moving a little bit at a time. It is shifting. I'm not sure if that means it is now loose. But they've been working on this one all day. I feel so bad. It's really stuck in there, which is actually a good thing because it means it was safe. But yeah, they're working really hard right now. And it looks like it is now officially off. You can see it laying on its side a bit. We're gonna move to the back, watch them take it down. So let's see how it's all the way down here now? So that means it should be loose from the top. And the crane should be the only thing holding it in place. Can't really tell from here. But they're gonna be lifting it down in a moment. And they're just slowly lifting it down so it's even further. It's probably hard to see, but it's being hung up from this crane and then brought down. See it moving a little bit and shifting? And then, from my understanding, they have to back this truck back in there to lay it down. So they're just going to slowly lower it down a little bit before putting it on there. Just going to get out of their way. I know as soon as it came off, they started cheering. They're like, yeah! The sand's a little wet, so it's going to be a little hard for them to get it back here. But, yep, they're lifting that piece up. Let me get to a different angle for you guys so you can see it better. Let's see how it's on the side. They're pushing it sideways. And they're going to back this truck in and lay it down. This is so cool to see in person. I'm so happy we're documenting this. And you can see it's freely swinging back and forth, just waiting for the truck, and then they're going to push this crane sideways and slowly bring it down. So let me get a different angle for you so you can see it as they're backing this truck up. What we'll do is, I'll line it up with the wheel this way so you can see how the piece is now sticking out. Because the regular wheel spokes are there, and here is that main piece. So they're going to slide it over to the side and then put it right here, right on this truck. And you can see them moving it now. It's shifting on top. You'll see he's going to back up first. See it turning? And that's so that they can get it pushed from the underneath section, which is that walkway. They're now going to lower it all the way down, which is an additional 10 feet. You can see it's almost now touching the ground. Kind of, I'll move over so you can see it under the trailer a little bit. It's a couple feet from the ground. And there you go. It is now on the ground. So the first spoke is officially removed. What you're seeing hasn't been done since 1999. Look at that. It is standing straight up. They're going to start laying it down. So this will be released and it'll slowly put to rest right on this trailer. Let me get a different angle for you. My crew member is coming down from the top. So right now what they're doing is they're lifting it up, higher up, and they're going to back it up and then lay it down flat. Right now it's kind of just dangling in the sky. 2 ropes are holding it down at the bottom. Looks like they're actually rotating it at the same time. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're making it to where when it goes, they're using the top momentum as sort of like leverage to put it down. Oh, that's neat. So now that means they're going to lift it and lay it down. And I hope these angles are good for you guys. I'm trying my best here. Also trying not to get in their way. They might just actually lift it and roll it back. I can imagine they would strap it, right? And have the forklift go in and then pull it so it comes out flat. There really is a science to this whole entire thing. It's quite interesting because it's all about getting it detached, but you've got so many things in the way. Like they can't remove this track over here, which kind of makes the project a little bit harder because they have to now get this piece, which I'm assuming if the whole wheel is 155 feet, half of that plus the middle section, the hub, you're gonna say what? That's at least 70 feet? I don't know, I'm just guessing, okay? I'm just guessing here. That they have to now somehow get sideways underneath that bar to get it out. And they gotta do that for every spoke. So just kind of like my guess, looks like that's what they're doing. Remember, this hasn't been done in a long time, so having to do this like this, it's a different world. Also, I don't think, and don't quote me on this, I don't think these 2 rides existed in 2000. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. I think they came in 2003. But you can see it's now attached to the forklift. As you can tell, crews are now backing it up, and we're now going horizontal. Wow, that is a big piece, man. And this is just the first one. Check that out. Look at that. Now they gotta somehow get it out and put the trailer under it. I'm gonna back up. They're going to, I guess, put it down and lift one side so that the truck can back straight into it. And then haul it out. Man, these guys are pros. Also, I don't know if you guys actually know this, the crew that's doing this is what they actually do for a living. They build and deconstruct Ferris wheels. I think they're GL, I forget what they're called, GLSE? but I don't think they ever had to do one like this that is unique to what we deal with here. What they're finding out now is that they got to remove these supports. If not, they're going to get stuck onto the sand. That, by the way, would have attached next to the, oh wow, they're ripping that thing off. That bolt's probably stuck in place, probably stuck on there, really good. I guess put it down and lift one side so that the truck can back straight into it. And then haul it out. Man, these guys are pros. Also, I don't know if you guys actually know this, the crew that's doing this is what they actually do for a living. They build and deconstruct Ferris wheels. I think they're GL, I forget what they're called, GLSE? But I don't think they ever had to do one like this that is unique to what we deal with here. What they're finding out now is that they got to remove these supports. If not, they're going to get stuck onto the sand. That, by the way, would have attached next to the, oh wow, they're ripping that thing off. That bolt's probably stuck in place, probably stuck on there, really good. Once again, I can't get over the fact of how much work goes into just removing a spoke. That's just one. It took them a whole day for one. Hopefully they learned a lot of lessons. Oh, I gotta move, that smells. Hopefully they learned a lot of lessons so that they can make it quicker. Hopefully by the time I put up this video, which today is Wednesday the 28th, hopefully by next Wednesday when this video is going up, they'll have a lot more down. Man, I just didn't realize how much work it is to remove spokes. And as the moon is coming out, the first piece is officially down. Look at this. It looks good. Before I go, I just wanted to take the time to tell you something because I talked to the crew. They're awesome, by the way. This is not usually how they take down a wheel. Usually they have winches and things going off the front and the back, but because Morey's Piers has a water park in the back and rides in the front, they can't do it that way. And usually they have these winches with counterweights and all that, which they can then pull it and it pops right out. But because of this new system, or at least the way that Morey's is set up, they can't do that. They have to do it in a way so that they can pull it down this way and then lay it flat and then put it on the trailer like this, shift it, and then once again, move it right over there. And yeah, you don't realize how big the Ferris wheel is. And this is just one piece. I want to show you what the wheel looks like. Missing a spoke. Doesn't look too odd at the moment, but the next few days, man, they're going to be pulling and pulling. But now that it is officially past sunset, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm not quite sure if I'm coming back in the next few days or not. I'll probably have to come back in a week and I'll give you an update on the wheel. By then, they're going to have a lot more done. And fast forward a week, half of it was done. And then a week later, everything was done, and I was told this past Friday the hub was being removed, so I ran over there to go film what that looks like. This is definitely not a view that we're used to. Morey's Piers not only removed these spokes, but now the hub is gone. And this is how things are going to look for the rest of the off-season. You can actually see the hub down here on a truck getting ready to head over to the Philadelphia Navy Yard. You see it sitting right there. It is big. Crazy. Here is the main reason why this project is taking place: the hub, the part that needs to be refurbished. And on both sides you'll see many different things. This right here is one of the main bearings. There's two of them, one on each side. And looking here, you can see where they had bolts that went through, that went to the spokes, some burnt marks from where there were ones that were not willing to get out. But man, it took them a little bit. I don't know time-wise if this was within the time range, but they were able to get this thing down. Now it's on a truck, And once again, as I said before, they're going to drive it over to the Philadelphia Navy Yard. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on this project and so many more. So if you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. As always, I'll see you on the beach, which we're on right now. See you later. Bye.